Good morning, class. Today we will be discussing about the debits and credits, analyzing common business transactions using the rules of debit and credit. First, let us have some sort of review about what we have discussed last week. And we have tackled about the journals and ledgers. So, what are those um, financial documents, journals, and ledgers? Ano ang inyong natatandaan tungkol sa ating diniscuss? Ano nga ba ang gamit ng journals? At ano ang gamit ng ledgers? Yung journal, dito natin nilalagay yung ating mga transactions, no? Everyday transactions. General journals at saka special journals. Doon sa mga recurring transactions o yung mga paulit-ulit na nangyayari, doon na natin sila nilalagay sa special journals kagaya ng sales journal, cash journals. At sa atin namang ledger, we have ledgers for posting purposes. Meron din tayong tinatawag na general ledger at saka subsidiary ledger. Usually, itong ledger ginagamit natin sa ating accounts receivable at saka sa accounts payable kasi merong mga individual records ang mga transactions dyan. Kumbaga, ang mga individual na tao, maghihiwa-hiwalay na sila. So, we have this subsidiary ledger. So, now, we will discuss about the debits and credits. Kayo, bilang mga estudyante, halimbawa, kayo ay binigyan ng inyong parents ng 150 pesos. Allowance niyan. Paano nyo ba ginagastos yung 150 pesos na yan? Kayo ay pupunta ng eskwelahan. Ang mga usual na transactions ng inyong pagiging estudyante ay ito. Pag kayo ay pupunta sa eskwelahan, kayo ay mamamasahe, magbabayad kayo ng pamasahe nyo sa tricycle or sa jeep. Magkano ang binayad nyo dyan? Kinailangan yung bumili ng ballpen. Magkano yung ballpen? Sa school, bumili ka ng snacks, bumili ka ng iyong pangtanghalian, nagpa-photocopy ka para sa iyong mga kailangan sa school, bumili ka ng iyong snack sa hapon, bumili ka ng iyong lapis, bumili ka ng bond paper, bumili ka ng iba pang gamit sa eskwelahan, and then pag uwi mo, nagbayad ka ng pamasahe sa tricycle. Sa 150 kakasya ba lahat ng iyong mga ginastos mong yon? So, tingnan natin. Magkano na ba ang matitira kung iyong bibilin ang lahat ng binanggit nating transaksyon ninyo bilang estudyante mula sa iyong 150? What were the items or transactions that shortened your allowance for the day? From each of the transactions you had for the day, what did you exchange with to get it? Gumastos ka, nagbayad ka, ano ang kapalit na nakuha mo mula doon sa binayad mong yon? Do you think you get the value of each transaction every time there are exchanges of value? Sa tingin mo ba, yun ang sinasabi ng tanong, nakuha mo ba yung pinaka-value doon sa pera na iyong binayad? Nakuha mo ba yung tama at eksaktong value katumbas nung ibinayad mong pera? Based on the transactions above, explain the importance of exchanging value amounts in every transaction. Support your answer. Doon sa mga pagsagot natin sa mga ilang katanungan tungkol sa ginawa ninyong maliit na computation mula sa allowance, binawas niyo ang iyong mga ginastos. Na-realize niyo ba yung importansya o kahalagahan ng pagpapalitan ng value? Meron kang inilabas at meron ka rin namang nakuha na katumbas ng value na inilabas mo. Nakikita nyo ba ang nangyari? Meron kang inilabas, meron kang nakuha. Sa sitwasyon na yon, dalawa ang sides na ating marirealize na nangyari. And this is called the double entry bookkeeping system. Kung inyong maaalala, ang terminology natin na double entry sa mga nakaraan nating lesson, bigyan pa natin ng konting recall ang tungkol sa double entry bookkeeping system. So, what is the concept of a double entry bookkeeping system? The two sides of the accounting equation apply the dual aspect concept, which provides that every value received must have a corresponding value parted with or value gave out. This concept is the basis of debit and credit in recording economic transactions and events. Two equal sides define the foundation of the rules of debit and credit. Ang salitang debit at credit ay mga salitang Latin. A debit is a value received in a business transaction which must record in the journal. Value received. The place of debit in the equation is on the left-hand side. Yung credit naman, value parted with or value given out within a business transaction. Sa example natin kanina, bilang kayo mga estudyante, meron kayong nilabas na pera, meron din kayong nakuha mula doon sa inilabas ninyong pera. Yan yung masasabi nating debit at credit. Para mas maintindihan pa natin ng maigi, tingnan natin ang nasa larawan. Meron ditong exchange of value. Meron tayong car, meron ding pera, no? Ibig sabihin yan, ang transaction, bumili ka ng car. Pinambayad mo yung pera mo. Can you guess what will be the debit and credit entries in the transaction as shown below? Tama. Kung ang iniisip ninyo ay ang debit ay yung binili nyong sasakyan at yung credit naman ay yung inilabas ninyong pera, tama kayo. So we have the types of bookkeeping systems. Una, yung single entry method. Pangalawa ay ang double entry method. Single entry method is similar to standalone checkbook. For example, when you make a deposit, your balance increases, and when you issue a check, your balance decreases. It gives a one-sided picture for a single-legged entry of the transaction made. Itong single entry method, parang sa isang transaction na nangyari, alam mo na agad yung resulta. Nabawas ba or nadagdagan? Nabawasan or nadagdagan. Yun yung single entry method. Magkano ang nabawas, magkano ang nadagdag. Yun na agad ang nire-record nyo. Dito naman sa double entry method, dito papasok yung sinasabi nating the value received and the value given out. It involves financial data with equal and opposite effect in every transaction. For example, when you issue a check, you decrease cash. But at the same time, you increase the account corresponding to the reason for the expense such as salaries or office supplies. Bumili ka ng kotse, ang iyong debit ay yung kotse, nadagdag sa iyong asset yun. At yung credit mo naman ay yung cash, nabawas ay yung asset. Gayon din naman, kung ikaw ay bumili ng office supplies, nadagdag ang iyong office supplies, nabawasan ka ng cash. Isa pang example ay ang pagbabayad ng salaries ng iyong mga empleyado. Ano ang debit at ano ang credit doon? Of course, ang credit doon ay yung cash, no? Kasi you given out cash. Tapos, ang debit naman doon ay yung salaries expense. There is an exchange of value. Now, let us tackle the rules of debit and credit. The rules of debit and credit follow the normal balance of an accounting element or account. The term normal balance of an account refers to an account's usual position in the financial reports. Asset accounts are generally in the debit balance. while the liability and owner's equity accounts are usually in the credit balance. The normal balance of an account provides the basis for analyzing when to debit and credit an account. The following rules must observe when to debit or credit an asset, liability, and capital accounts. Dito, matutunghayan natin yung basic rulings kung kailan natin i-debit at i-credit ang isang account. Kung inyong maalala, yung debit ay yung paglalagay ng account title to the leftmost part or dun sa kaliwa. Tapos yung credit naman ay indented. So, nasa bandang kanan siya ng debit. Now, dito sa ating chart, yung assets, kailan natin i-debit ang assets? Debit to increase the amount of asset. Credit to decrease its amount. Dagdag, debit, bawas, credit. Yun ang sa asset. Sa liability naman, baliktad. Credit to increase the amount of liability and debit to decrease its amount. Baliktad kasi i-credit natin siya pag dadagdagan natin. Pag naman babawasan, i-debit natin si liabilities. Kapareho niya si owner's equity. Credit to increase the capital account, debit to decrease its amount. Yung owner's drawing o ano ba yung owner's drawing? Ito yung mula dun sa capital na inilaga ko sa business, binawi mo ang certain amount. Para kang nagwi-withdraw sa bangko, kinuha mo yung pera sa iyong bank account. Dito naman, kinuha mo yung iyong pinang-invest. At yun yung drawing or withdrawal. Debit to increase withdrawal account and credit to decrease its amount. Sa income naman, credit to increase the income account and debit to decrease its amount. Expense, debit to increase expense account and credit to decrease its amount. So, ito lang naman ang basic rules sa debit and credit. So, mula dun sa mga binanggit natin na rules, this summarizes the rules of debit and credit in the accounting equation. To summarize the rules that we have discussed, heto na sila. To record increases, yung assets, withdrawals at expenses, i-debit mo sila. To record decreases, again, yung assets, withdrawals at expenses, i-credit natin sila. Pagdating naman sa liabilities, capital, and income, credit to record increases and debit to record decreases. Jose is not able to attend regular classes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He started saving his 40 pesos fare every day for the whole month of June 2020. To record this transaction sa debit at credit, ito ang nangyayari. So, ilagay natin yung date, June 30, 2020. Tapos, yung cash, 800 pesos at Jose savings, 800 pesos. Remember na yung debit ay nasa leftmost part, yung credit naman ay nasa bandang kanan. So, indented siya. So, to explain this, to record personal savings made by Jose. Transaction number 2. Ben bought some supplies that he will use to answer all the activities in the modules while studying at home that cost him 300 pesos for July 2020. So to record this, ang date natin July 31, and then ang debit natin ay school supplies 300, credit cash 300. This is to record supplies bought by Ben. Transaction number 3, Maria paid his miscellaneous for the school year 2020-2021, amounting to 560 on August 31, 2020. So, to record this, yung date should be August 31, and then yung debit natin ay miscellaneous expense, 560. Ang credit naman natin ay cash, 560. Dahil yung cash you have given out 560 pesos in exchange for the miscellaneous expenses. So this is to record payment of miscellaneous expense, which is the tuition fee. A financial report is usually prepared and submitted to help management in decision making in a typical business setting. It is a prerequisite to analyze first the business transactions and then apply the rules of debit and credit entries. Now, let us recall the types of businesses according to activities. I'm sure natatandaan niyo pa ito. Ano-ano ba ito? The first one is service business. Service business offers professional skills, advice, and consultations. So example nito yung mga barber shop, beauty parlors, repair shop, vulcanizing shops, banks, accounting partnership, yung mga law firms, mga partnership ng mga CPA. So yan ang examples ng service business. Ang merchandising business naman, they buy and sell products. Ang merchandising business naman, it involves in buying and selling of goods. So, it buys at wholesale and later sells the products at retail. So, example natin dito yung mga bookstores, sari-sari stores, at mga hardware. The third one is manufacturing business. It buys raw materials and uses them in making a new product, therefore combining raw materials, labor, and expenses into a product for sale later on. Example natin dito, shoe manufacturing businesses, car manufacturing plants, at marami pang iba at tungkol sa pagpuproduce ng goods. Let us carefully examine how debit and credit rules shall apply in a service type of business. Based on the balance sheet date as of November 30, 2020 of Growy, it appeared the following financial information. We have cash of 47,000, accounts receivable 28,000, car 750,000, equipment 55,000, furniture 45,000 pesos. And we have the loans payable of 100,000 at ang Growy capital 825,000 pesos. Ang total ng dalawang yan, ayon sa ating equation, balance pa rin sila. Yung cash ay 925,000 pesos at yung ating liabilities and capital ay 925,000 pesos. Now, this is November 30, 2020 na financial statement. Pagdating ng December, ito yung mga naging transactions. We have December 3, December 8, 16, 18, 20, 25, 27, 30, and 31 transactions. Isa-isahin natin itong mga transactions na ito. Noong December 3, ito ang transaction. Receive payments for the rendered services amounting to 15,000. In Tagalog, Tagalogin natin. Meron siyang serbisyong ginawa. Kaya't siya'y binayaran ng 15,000 pesos. Ano ang ating journal entry dito? Tingnan natin itong journal. Makikita nyo yung format base sa ating napag-aralan ng nakaraan. May date, may account titles and explanation, may debit at credit. Meron din tayong PR o yung pinaka-reference. So yung December 3, ito ang recording ng kanyang transaction. Ano ulit yung transaction? May serbisyong ginawa at binayaran ka ng 15,000. Kung ano mang serbisyo yun, sabihin natin laundry shop o kaya vulcanizing shop. Basta't ikaw ay nagsagawa ng iyong serbisyo at iyon ang iyong business at ikaw naman ay binayaran doon sa service na ginawa mo. So, ang debit natin doon ay cash, 15,000 pesos, and credit service income, 15,000 pesos. This is to record payment for professional fees. Next transaction is December 8, collected payments for the rendered services amounting to 8,000 pesos. Ano ang journal entry natin dyan? Doon sa terminology na collected, balikan natin. Collected payments, ibig sabihin ito, may nangyaring transaction before na ang nature ng transaction na yun ay utang. Nagbenta ka ng iyong serbisyo sa halagang 8,000. Pero inutang ni customer yun, hindi ka agad binayaran. At ngayon ka lang binayaran, December 8. Kaya, collected payments ang ginamit. So, ang journal entry natin dito ay debit cash of 8,000 pesos at credit natin ang accounts receivable 8,000 pesos. Bakit natin in-credit ang accounts receivable? Yung unang transaction kasi niyan, yung time na nangutang si customer, ang journal entry na ginawa natin noon ay accounts receivable debit 8,000, ang credit natin ay service income 8,000. Kaya ngayon ay binaliktad na natin si accounts receivable, naging credit na siya para mawala na siya doon sa debit. Transaction noong December 16. Paid utilities expense amounting to 3,000 pesos. Gas and oil amounting to 2,000 and repair amounting to 3,000 pesos. Tingnan natin ang journal entry dito. Ang tawag dito ay multiple journal entries. Kasi hindi lamang isa ang debit, kundi sila ay tatlo. So, utilities expense 3,000, gas and oil 2,000, repairs expense 3,000. So, lahat yan ay debit. And then, ang credit natin ay cash, 8,000. Binayaran natin to record payment of expenses. December 18, paid companies loans amounting to 20,000. Ang journal entry natin dito ay debit loans payable at credit cash, 20,000. Dinebit natin si loans payable kasi yung time na nangutang tayo, si loans payable doon ay credit. Tandaan nyo, pag nadagdagan ang liability, i-credit natin. Yun ang nangyari nung una. Kaya ngayon ay binabaliktad na natin, si loans payable na ngayon ay i-debit natin para mabawasan ng liability. And then, cash is 20,000. Next transaction, December 20, received payments for the rendered services amounting to 7,500. So, kapareho ng unang transaction, debit cash, credit, service income for the amount of 7,500. December 25, collected payments for the rendered services amounting to 5,000. Again, same transaction doon sa December 8. Dito, cash natin si 5,000 sa debit at credit accounts receivable 5,000. This is to record collections of receivables. December 27, paid utilities expense amounting to 750. Debit, utilities expense of 750 and cash 750 para sa credit. This is to record payment of expenses. Transaction ng December 30, paid rent expense amounting to 10,000 and salaries expense amounting to 9,000. So, ang debit natin dito, rent expense at saka salaries expense. Sa salaries, 9,000, sa rent, 10,000 at ang credit natin, cash, 19,000. December 31 transaction, the owner withdrew 5,000 pesos. So, ang journal entry natin sa withdrawal ay ganito. Debit, Steven drawing 5,000 pesos. Credit, cash, 5,000 pesos. Tandaan niyo guys, sabi nga natin, hiwalay ang pera ng business sa iyong personal na pera. In-credit natin si cash dito kasi nabawasan ang iyong business ng 5,000 dahil nga dun sa withdrawal na ginawa mo. Of course, sa iyong personal na money, nadagdagan ka ng 5,000 kasi nga kinuha mo mula sa iyong business. Pero sa business point of view, nabawasan ka ng cash 5,000. Kaya, credited si account title na cash. And then, pansinin ninyo sa dulo, dapat balance pa rin sila. 88,250 para sa debit side, 88,250 para sa credit side. Pansinin po ninyo na wala tayong nilagay sa portion ng PR kasi ang sabi nga natin nung nakaraan, nilalagyan lang yan kapag ipiprepare mo na ang iyong ledger or general ledger. Sa posting, ginagamit yan. Ngayon, sa journal entry, wala pa. To summarize, the effects of debit and credit entries based on the foregoing transactions, the accounting equation of GROE for December 2020. In this columnar, we have the date, the assets, liabilities, the owner's equity, the analysis. So, yung mga transactions na diniscuss natin at inalam natin yung kanilang journal entries, heto na ngayon pagdating sa worksheet. No? November 30, 47,000 yan ang iyong mga balanse. So, yung December transactions ninyo ay heto na ang summary. No? Sa cash, no, we have the 15,000, 8,000, tapos nagbayad ka ng 18,000, nagbayad ka ng 20,000, kaya merong negative sign, no? Close and open parentheses to represent deduction or decrease. So, December 25, nadagdagan ka ng 5,000, yun yung mga patungkol sa cash or ginamit mo yung account title na cash. Kaya yan ay nasa cash column. Yung mga nasa accounts receivable column naman ay ito. Yung December 8, di ba? Nagbayad ka ng 8,000. Ayan, naka-credit si accounts receivable kaya nagbawas ka ng 8,000 dito. Tapos may nakolekta ka na 7,500. Noong 25, nabawasan si accounts receivable ng 5,000 kung kaya't ito ay decrease. Bakit nabawasan? Kasi nakolekta mo na or nagbayad na si customer. Kaya pansinin niyo, yung cash mo rito ay nadagdagan pero nabawasan ng accounts receivable kasi nga si customer ay nagbayad na. And then, iyan na ang tungkol sa accounts receivable. So, kung papansinin ninyo, pagka nabawasan ang accounts receivable, nadagdagan tayo ng cash. Sa mga naunang transaction, si accounts receivable ay madadagdagan kapag nagbenta ka on account. So, sa case na ito, nagbayad si customer mula sa pagkakautang niya, kaya meron tayong cash na natanggap pero nabawasan naman si accounts receivable. And then, walang transactions patungkol sa car, equipment, furniture. Sa loans payable, meron. So, tingnan natin, no? Noong November or December 18, you have this cash. Decrease ka ng 20,000 pesos. Tapos, at the same time, decrease din si loans payable mo ng 20,000 pesos. Bakit parehong decrease? Kasi nagbayad ka ng iyong pagkakautang. Nung nagbayad ka, nabawasan ng iyong cash, pero dahil nagbayad ka, nabawasan ng iyong utang. Kaya, yung account title na loans payable ay decrease. Close and open parenthesis. Sunod pa rin sila dun sa accounting equation. Assets is equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. Negative sa side ng asset, negative ka rin dito sa side ng liability. And then, we have the utilities payable, December 27. Tingnan natin, December 27. It is actually utilities expense. No? Pansinin ninyo, this is positive, ibig sabihin, plus yan, no? Hindi siya decrease, kundi increase. Pansinin ninyo, itong 750 na utilities expense, tapos yung owner's equity na nabawasan ng 750 ng 10,000, 9,000, 5,000, ito yung mga expenses, no? Kung maaalala niyo yung lesson natin, yung mga income and expense, sila ay pasok under owner's equity. Pagka income ka, nadadagdagan ng yung equity. Pagka expenses naman, nababawasan ng yung equity. So in this case, pinakita lamang na yung pagbabayad mo ng expenses, equity yung direktang apektado dyan. However, sa recording, pansin ninyo, balikan natin yung transaction, yung journal entry. Ang ginamit niya rito ay credit cash. Normally, dapat i-record natin ito under the cash column. At ito ang pinapakita rito. Nakita ninyo, yung cash dito ay mayroong open and close parenthesis. Pinapakita na nabawasan ng yung cash, 19,000. Gayon din yung withdrawal na ginawa mo. 5,000 pesos ang nabawas sa cash mo. Dito, ang yung owner's equity ay nabawasan ng 5,000 pesos. Yun yung pagkaka-withdraw mo mula sa iyong investment. Now, it should be balanced all in all. 895,500, tapos 895,500 din sa liabilities. So, ganyan natin nilalapat ang mga transactions pagdating sa worksheet. So, class, ang gusto ko lang isabihin sa inyo, itong mga transactions na ito ay ina-analyze natin, no? Yung everyday business transactions, ina-analyze natin at doon tayo babase ng ating journal entries. Nadagdagan ba ang asset? Nabawasan ba yung asset ko? Nadagdagan ba yung liability? Nabawasan ba yung liability ko? Pati yung aking equity? So, ganun. Yung mga account title, magiging familiarize tayo dapat dyan. Kung ano yung mga usual na ginagamit na account title sa bawat business transactions. That is why, napakahalaga na meron tayong chart of accounts. Kasi dito tayo magbabase ng gagamitin nating account titles para uniform. Now for our question of the week, give the journal entries if there is any of the following transactions. Number 1 transaction, Mr. Mercado hired one personnel with a weekly salary of 1,000 to look after the business, and this is with employment contract. Number 2, Maria invested 60,000 cash and a washing machine worth 50,000 on January 18, 2020 to start a laundry shop named Clean Laundry Shop. Number 3, customers paid 10,000 for laundry services of the day. Number 4, Clean Laundry Shop bought a new washing machine worth 30,000 to be used in the business. Now, comment your answers. And sa pagko-comment ninyo ng inyong answer, ganito yung format para sa sagot na gagawin ninyo. Halimbawa, number 1, debit, tapos ilagay niyo account title, pati yung amount, comma, credit, account title and amount. Ganon din sa number 2. Debit, account title and amount, credit, account title and amount, and so on and so forth. Hanggang dito na lang, class, ang ating discussion for the week. Again, see you next week for our new lesson. Have a nice day.